my recording, and so let me go ahead, and we are talking about long division. So let's see our first example. Let me check it. Lost where it was. Okay, here we go. Let's say we have 18 x cubed minus 3x squared plus x minus 1 divided by x squared minus 4. Okay, so I'm going to first set up my entire thing. So my x squared minus 4 goes on the outside. And then on the inside, that's not going to give me much room. Let me rewrite it. So, x squared I think I need to write it on an entirely different sheet. So x squared minus 4, 18x cubed minus 3x squared plus x minus 1. There we go. And then we're going to have our steps on the other side. And now we can go ahead and get started. So the first thing, remember that I need to match this outside number. Oh, that's not what I wanted. This x squared that I just erased. This x squared needs to match this first term. So step 1, look at the first terms of the, and I'm just going to call them the divisor and the dividend because those are their proper names, of the divisor and dividend. No. So I need to now figure out what it is that I need to multiply this x squared by so that it matches that 18x cubed. What is it?
I don't know.
I'll think I have an x squared. So what is, and I need it to be 18x squared, x cubed. So what's the first and foremost? Brianna, are you actually here? Because your video is off and your mic is off.
Yes, I'm here. I just can't show my stuff right now.
Okay. What do I need to do to get from x squared to 18x cubed?
Not division. What's it called? Distribution?
What? No, I need to multiply.
Oh, multiply. I was literally gonna say that. That was like my second guess.
I have to multiply. But now, okay, let's take it step by step. So the first thing is I have a 1x squared. I need that 1 to become 18. How do I do that?
Multiply by 18?
Yeah, so I'm multiply by 18, so I'm going to write it right on the top, that 18. Now I need that x squared to become an x cubed, meaning I have to multiply by another x so that when I add the exponents, it will equal x cubed. So what's the difference between 3 and 2? How many is between them?
1.
Just 1. So I would just write an x. And that's it. That's the first step, is to figure that part out. And the second step is to multiply the terms here, so both of these, by this 18x. So I already know that x squared is going to equal 18x cubed because that was my whole goal. I wanted 18x cubed, so whatever I had to do to multiply to get that x squared to 18x cubed was going to be what I was looking for. Now the 4. First off, it's a negative, so I have to keep that negative sign. And now I have to do 18 times 4, which is what? You can use a calculator.
$72.
So 72. And then I just have one x. So actually, do I have an x squared?
Yeah, no.
No, I don't, because this is just 4x. I mean, just 4. And if I multiply 4 by x, I'll only have 1x. So I'm going to put a 0 here. So I'm actually going to put a 0x squared. And now I'm going to put that negative 72x. Do we see that?
Yes.
Okay. Now remember, when I do division, I'm subtracting this bottom section. So 18x cubed minus 18x cubed is gone. Now negative 3x squared minus 0 is going to stay at negative 3x squared. And now this one, a negative and a negative give me a
Negative.
what?
Yeah.
Negative?
Positive.
Negative and a negative is a positive.
That was gonna roll off the top of like my tongue. Like I was gonna say positive, but then I was like, no, I'm gonna say negative. So I swear I had it.
Okay. So now it becomes 72x plus 1x, which would equal what?
Wait, I'm confused. Wait, what was the question?
What is x plus 72x?
73x.
73x. And then that negative 1 gets to come back. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So now I keep repeating. Repeat steps with new leading term. That's the word I was looking for. Leading term. So that means that the whatever is here in the front after my subtraction is the one I need to look at. That is the one that I'm looking at, this x squared. So now instead of 18x, I want it to be negative 3x. So what do I have to multiply by? Well, first, I'm going from a positive x squared to a negative 3x. So how do I do that?
Well, wait, hold on. Repeat.
How do I go from a positive to a negative?
Division? No, wait. I'm sorry, no, I'm trying to think. How do you get to a positive to a negative?
How do you turn a
Do
positive?
you just don't you just do what you did to the other side?
I don't know what that means.
Me
Veronica, you
neither,
have any-
honestly.
Miss Perdomo, what
Yes.
number are we trying to change? I'm confused.
We're trying to now go from x squared to negative 3x squared.
Do you multiply?
I do have to multiply, but by what?
Well,
By 3?
Okay, yes, if I want that 3x, but I want a negative. So what do I have to multiply by?
Negative x?
So I need to have that negative. So up and next to this 18x, my first thing is I need to write that negative in. And then like Brianna said, I need to go and multiply by 3 because I want negative 3x squared. Now, do I have to multiply by an x or do my exponents match?
Exponents match.
My exponents match, meaning I'm just going to keep that minus 3. And that's
I
it.
would say, do you multiply by -3?
So now I'm going to multiply by a negative 3. So x squared times a negative 3x is going to be a negative 3x squared. Now,
Because a negative and negative equals a positive. Yay.
and a positive and a negative equal a negative. Slow down, Brianna. I think I know what we're talking about, but not yet, not yet. Am I going to have an x? So I have a 73x, but am I going to have a regular x hanging around?
I don't know.
No, right? Because I go from x squared to 4. There's no x in between. So again, I'm going to put a plus 0x. And now, what is negative 4 times negative 3?
$12.
Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive, right? Negative and a negative give me a positive, and then 3 times 4 is 12. So
Wait.
now,
Miss Perdomo, why
Yes.
is 0x? I don't understand.
why 0x?
Yeah.
Because I don't have anything that gives me a number with an x. So you don't have to write 0x. I'm writing it so you can see why. Remember, our goal is to match them up into nice little columns. So I can't do that when there's no x involved. If x does not exist, I can't line it up evenly. So rather than leaving it blank, so again, when I would solve these problems myself, I don't need to put that x there because I've done it so many times that I know, okay? But since we're learning it, I want you guys to put that 0 as the placeholder, right? Because the goal is, again, line them up. And I know it'll happen if we don't put that 0x, that 73 will be combined with 12. Somewhere it'll happen, okay? So
then how did you get 12?
So then 12 I got from, let me clean this up a little bit. It's a little messy. So 12 I got from, and I'm going to switch over to the highlighter, I think. So I'm going to do it step by step, Veronica. So my 3x squared comes from x squared times negative 3. Yes? Then I write in the 0 because I don't have an x, and I then multiply negative 4 times negative 3. And then that negative and a negative give me a plus, and then 3 times 4 is 12. Okay? So that being said, now I can go ahead and combine my terms. So step 4 was combine. Now, I have to once again do that whole negative like I did up here. So with the 18x cubed. So negative and a negative give me a
Positive.
positive. So then my 3x squares are going to cancel. 73 plus 0.
73.
Yeah, it stays exactly the same. 73x. Now, negative 1. And now this is a negative times a positive, which gives me a what?
Negative?
A negative. So now it becomes a negative 12. So now it's negative 1 minus 12, which is the same thing as saying 12 plus 1, which is what?
13.
13. And I'm going to be keeping that negative sign. Okay. So now, can I ever ever match x squared to 73x?
No.
No, right? The exponent 2 does not go with the exponent 1 unless I'm multiplying by some kind of fraction, which obviously we're not going to even deal with, okay? Meaning that this answer right here is what? What is the name for this?
Remainder? No.
Yes,
Oh.
this is the remainder. I can't do
It's like
anything
one
else.
more
I can't do anything else with it. It just kind of remains, right? It's essentially the whole point of it. Okay, so any questions on this so far? Because now we're going to do the easier step, which step 5 is just to write the answer. So how I write the answer, remember, is I have to do, I'm going to need a new page. I need to do the dividend, which was 18x cubed minus 3x squared plus x minus 1. So that's just what was inside the division house equals, and then it's just going to be the divisor, what was on the outside, which was x squared minus 4. The quotient, which this up here, let me clean this up before I write in any more notes. This here is my quotient. Okay, this is technically my answer. All right, so now I get to write that in over here. So that's 18x minus 3. And now I add, so when we did the notes in class, I told you guys the way for the remainder is the divisor over the remainder over the divisor, but you don't actually have to do it that way. You can just write 73, what was it? 73x minus 13. And this works just as well. So look, Saturday tutoring, now you get an easier way to write the answer.
slide.
Okay, so this answer works, and the second answer works, which was the one I showed you guys, which was the x cubed minus 3x squared plus x minus 1. I'm just going to write it quickly. And we want another one of these, right? So both of these are correct. So we wanted another one, yes? Another long division?
Yeah, sure.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. It was kind of rhetorical. You were going to get another long division question.
Oh, oh, okay.
So let's see. And then after this, we're going to go to the synthetic section. So we're doing both today, and we should have time. We should have time. Okay. So, okay, yeah, let's do this one. Can I leave this page? We're good? Are you starting?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I don't want to kick you guys out. All right, new page for the new problem, which is, I'm just going to skip the step and just go straight to writing it in the little house. So we're going to go ahead. Are we going to need me to write the steps again, or do we have the steps?
I don't think you need to write the steps.
Yeah,
Okay, because
we're good.
that'll take more time from more space on my screen, really. So 8x minus 12. Now we're going to get a little bit fancy here. Okay. because we did a trinomial divided by a binomial, but now we're gonna do a trinomial, which, what is a trinomial again?
Multiple
A
things.
polynomial with the three things.
There it
What
is.
she said. What she said.
It is a polynomial with 3 terms. So a trinomial divided by a trinomial. So don't be intimidated by the fact that there are 3 factors. Okay, it's the exact same steps. So I need to go from, let me switch over to the highlighter. I need to go from 3x squared to 15x cubed. Okay. So how do I do that? First and foremost, how can I go from 3 to 15?
Multiply by 5.
So I need to multiply by 5. And now how do I get from x squared to x cubed?
Sorry. Go.
Oh no, it's 1. Like don't listen to me.
Veronica.
We were on the right path, Ron. I feel like we were gonna say the right. Let me go back. I just wanted to see my colors. I feel like we were on the right track, but then we like forgot the words and just gave up.
What was the question again?
How do I go from x squared to x cubed?
Multiply?
Multiply by what?
Negative?
1 what? Veronica?
1x?
1x. I
Slay.
just need 1x.
Brianna.
It was a combined effort, I think. You guys are doing great. Okay. So now I multiply everything by that 5x. So 3 times 5, we already know that's 15. X squared times an x is going to be an x cubed because it's x squared plus x to the 1. So multiplied, not plus. Multiplication, which really I add my exponent, so that's how I get that x cubed. Okay. And then I need to do this for the rest of my numbers, right? So 6x times 5. So what is 6 times 5?
30.
30. And now x times x is going to be what?
X to the x squared.
Yes. The first way you said it was right, Veronica. You can say x squared or you can say x to the second. Okay. Don't think you get it wrong because you were saying it to the second. It works as well. Now, in my dividend, do I have an x squared?
No. So
No.
then you need to put the 0.
So I can put a 0 up here if I want. That works. And an x squared somewhere there. So that when I line them up, I can match them. And now what is 1 times 5x?
Wait, it's x to the 6?
No.
Okay.
I feel like we're tricking ourselves. What is anything times 1?
Oh, is it just x to the 5th then?
Not x to the 5th.
Wait, what are we multiplying?
5x times 1.
Oh, it would just be 5x.
Yeah, 5x.
That's what I meant. But I mixed it up. I said x to the 5th. I mixed it up. You see, it was
I know,
my fault.
But the key is, Brianna, x to the 5th is this. That's not the same thing. So we have to be very careful with how we say them, okay? But I am glad that, I know I pretty much figured you knew it was 5x, but said it the wrong way. So, and then there's nothing for that 12. So I can go ahead and just write a 0, so that way when I line them up, there we go. There's my 15 and there's my 30x kind of in a wonky little position. And now I'm going to go ahead and combine them, right? So all of these by a negative. So 15x cubed minus 15x cubed, gone. Now, 0 minus 30x squared, what is that?
30x squared.
Positive or negative?
Positive? No. Negative. I'm sorry.
Negative. Remember, this is going 0 minus 30. So 30 is going to be my bigger number, so it keeps that negative. So negative 30x squared. And then 8x minus 5x is what?
Well, wait, hold on.
3, -3.
Not negative 3.
Oh, it's just 3x.
Plus 3x. Remember, 8 is my larger, so 8 minus 5. If it helps to do this on the side, by all means, please go ahead and do that. It will probably make things a little easier. And then negative 12 plus 0 is going to stay as negative 12, right? So we're done with this part. Now I need to go ahead and do it again. Only now I need to match 3x squared to negative 30x squared. So what do I need to multiply by to go from 3x squared to negative 30x squared?
Multiply by negative x. 3x, sorry, negative 3x.
If I did negative, so 3x squared times negative 3x, I would get what? 3 times
Well, no,
negative.
3x squared, 3x squared.
There?
Wait, is that right?
Are you trying to get from 3 to 30?
Yes, I am trying to go from 3x squared to negative 30x squared.
And you will multiply by -10.
I would multiply by negative 10.
Oh, oops.
What were you trying to do, Brianna?
I thought it was the same. I thought it was like that thing where it's like, oh, you gotta multiply by the other thing to hold on. I don't even make sense. You know, it was my bad.
Okay. So, do I have to multiply by an x?
Yes.
No.
No. So Brianna, when my exponents match, I don't have to multiply by an x. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So all I have to multiply is by negative 10. That's easy. So we already said that negative 10 times 3x squared is going to give me that negative 30x squared that I was looking for. Now, negative 10 times 6 is going to give me what?
Would we subtract with that?
What?
Like
Wait,
when
why
you
are we-
negative 10, wait.
Why are
Negative
we
10,
multiplying -10 times 6?
because we have to multiply all the factors, all the terms of the polynomial by this
So we're
number up here.
multiplying. We're gonna
Yes.
multiply. So
Yes.
then it 60, negative 60?
Negative 60x.
Negative 60x.
And then what is 1 times negative 10?
Negative 10.
Negative 10. So this is where the long division is a little different from long division with polynomials than regular long division, right? So with the regular long division, you just have one number on the outside that you multiply the number on the top by, right? And that's how we figure it out and all that stuff. In the polynomial version, it's not just one number. It's several. It's either 2 or 3. It can even be 4. And all of those terms have to be multiplied by that factor right on the top of the house, okay? So that's why we have to multiply everything. So now, negative and a negative give me a?
Positive.
Positive. Now, all 3 of these terms are negative. So all 3 of them are going to become what?
Positive.
Positive. So I'm going to go ahead and already put them all as positive. This is going to cancel out. Now, 60 plus 3.
63.
63x. And then,
Miss, can you hear me? Sorry, I'm sure you can hear me.
yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So I was asking.
Okay. Negative 12 plus 10.
20. Wait. Negative 22. Negative 22.
So negative 12 plus 10 is the same thing as saying 12 minus 10, but my answer will be a negative. So what is
Oh.
12 minus 10?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. Now, the $1 million question. Can I go from x squared to x?
Yes.
No.
I cannot without multiplying by a fraction. So because of that, this answer is my what?
Say it, Brianna.
Remainder.
The remainder.
Thank you, Veronica. Love you.
So now I can go ahead and write my final answer, which again is this 3x squared plus 6x plus 1. No, I did it the wrong way. It's 15x cubed plus 8x minus 12 equals now the 3x squared plus 6x plus 1 times my quotient. What was my quotient?
5x minus 10.
5x minus 10 plus my remainder of 63x minus 2. See, it wasn't so bad, right?
No.
All right, so now we're going to go ahead and do some synthetic substitution. Let me see, because I don't want to use. Okay. Let's see. All right. Can I get rid of this? Are we done with this one?
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to move on to synthetic substitution. So remember that synthetic substitution and synthetic division are very, very similar. The only difference is that I don't have to worry about a final answer. I don't have to worry about getting a whole quotient and all that stuff. I end up with just a number, okay? And give me, like, I need to stop sharing my screen. I have for you guys that you can use as well. When on Tuesday, when we go back to playing Jeopardy, we can use it. Brianna, are you on Zoom and driving?
I double tap, Mr. Domo. I care.
Oh my gosh.
I care. I have a little thing like when I need to like go like search out where I'm going. I put you up here and I can still see. So like I'm at a red light right now, so like I can like look at your beautiful face. You know?
Can you believe this, Veronica? Okay,
But you know
I'm
what,
trying to get.
when-
I can't hear you, Brianna. Let me see. So I have these wonderful little things for you guys. They're all laminated, so you guys can use the dry erase markers on them, so you can actually solve them. Just remind me on Tuesday. 5th period uses them, and they're pretty helpful. So let's go back to Zoom. All right. So this is technically for the use of the synthetic division, but we can use it for synthetic substitution too. Okay, so my question, let's see what my question was going to be. Let's say it is, where's my, oh, that's right, it's different now. So let's say my question is going to be, find P of -2 of my equation 5x cubed minus 2x squared minus 7. We can see this, right? It's not too dark. Okay. So as you can see on the out, it's basically the setup for synthetic division. Okay. There's no formal little box. This is like where my box should be. All right. So in my box, what number goes here?
Wait, which box? Wait, which?
Over here, like on the outside of the synthetic division.
-7.
Not -7. A negative number does go here.
-2.
-2.
Oh,
It's the one that I'm looking for. So that -2 is going to go in that little box. Okay. Now, you can see conveniently the little chart, it'll tell you, here's where you put the coefficient of the 4th term. Here's the 3rd term, 2nd term, and so on and so forth. So it actually labels it for you, which is nice, and it goes from 4 down. Okay, so it's kind of not very helpful when you have x to the 5th, but I don't think we'll get that high anyway. So because there's no x to the 4th, right? My equation is 5x cubed minus 2x squared. I can actually just ignore this. Okay, and I'm actually going to move that arrow that they give me into the next spot, right? Because I'm starting with an x cubed. So now what do I write as my coefficient of the x cubed term? Let me rewrite.
can you give me a hint?
Okay, so I'm going to rewrite the problem so that it's a little easier to read. I think it's kind of hard. So what is the number next to the x cubed?
7. No, -7.
It's not a trick, Veronica. What is the number next to the x cubed?
2.
What?
Wait, Miss Perdomo, I don't know what you mean.
What is my x cubed? What does that look like? X with an exponent of what?
2. Oh wait, no, 3. Oh my god.
So what number
5.
is
Oh my god.
5?
I'm like half asleep right now.
5. Now, coefficient of x squared. So what is the number next to the x squared?
2.
Positive or negative?
Negative.
So -2. Do I have a just an x?
Wait, no, it's just it's a power of 2.
Yeah, so I don't have an x, right?
No.
So I write my 0. And now my constant is what? The number without any variables.
-7.
-7. So now I'm set up and ready to go. So I can go ahead and just follow along what my chart tells me to do. So the coefficient of x cubed gets brought down, so it is 5. Yes?
Yes.
Now what I need to do is every term down here, except for the remainder, right? That's why it's in its own yellow box. Every number in this quotient section gets multiplied by my number on the outside. So 5 times -2 is what?
Negative -10. No?
-10. Okay. Now I combine -2 and -10. So what's going to happen there?
Positive. Wait. Multiplying?
No, I'm going to add them up.
Positive 12.
Positive or negative?
Positive. Because
Sure.
because a negative and a negative.
But that's multiplying.
Never mind.
When I add them up, they just stay together. So a -12. Okay. And then once again, I multiply this by -2. So what is -12 times -2?
Positive 24.
Positive 24. Now what is 0 plus 24?
24.
Just 24. And now 24 times -2.
Miss Perdomo,
Yes.
I have to tell you something. So I have to start getting ready for work, but I was here for 44 minutes.
Okay.
I love you.
Is it -48?
Veronica.
It is -48.
I'm sorry.
I love you, Veronica. Oh, Miss
Have
Perdomo, you know
fun out.
Veronica and I got our jury scores yesterday.
Have fun at work, Brianna. Bye.
Oh, okay. Bye. I love you, Miss Perdomo.
Bye,
Say
Brianna.
it back.
Have fun at work.
Bye.
So now -7 minus 48. So this is the same thing
okay.
as
Is it -41? No. Okay. Wait, okay. Wait, is this adding?
it is adding, but I just have to
Oh.
keep that negative at the bottom.
You're so right. Okay. It's -55.
Is it? Yeah, 55. So my final answer is -55. Okay, I'm gonna switch back to the whiteboard and to show you. So we had what, it was P -2 and then 5x cubed minus 2x squared minus 7. So the way we're used to solving problems like this is just plugging in. So 5 times -2 cubed minus 2 times -2 squared minus 7. So I'm going to do this really fast, Veronica. You don't have to copy it, just to see that we should get -55 at the end. So this is going to be 5. -2 cubed is going to be -8. Minus 2 to -2 squared is 4 minus 7. So then 5 times -8 is -40. -2 times 4 is -8 and -7, right? This becomes -48 minus 7, -55. Same thing. How did we feel about that chart? Was that helpful?
Yeah, I think it was helpful. I feel like it will help us in Jeopardy.
Okay, so yeah, so you can remind me on you guys didn't even touch the dividing polynomials category, I don't think. So you can use those little sheets. I printed them out and laminated them so you can write right on them with the dry erase. Okay.
We're gonna use dry erase markers.
Yeah, you can use mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do we want to do another substitution, or we want to just do the synthetic division already? Because we are running out of time a little bit.
This substitution.
Another substitution? Okay, so let's see. Let's do, okay. That means I need to go back to my other screen. Where did I go? There we go. I don't know why it's doing this to me. It like keeps changing. I'm trying to go to Zoom. There we go. Okay. Share the screen. Back to the synthetic. All right, so now we are annotating again. Our equation, or the thing we're going to be solving is, let's say when, redraw the box. Let's see, where can I write this? So it'll be when P is equal to -1, or rather, no, let's do -1. And then I have x4 plus 2x cubed minus x squared plus 4x minus 6. So now we have a whole bunch of stuff here. So what goes in my box?
This is like way more like numbers.
But it's not so bad.
4.
What goes over here on the outside?
Is it 4? No. Is it 2? 0?
It's not going to be over here.
Oh, it's -1.
-1. Think of it like whatever goes on the outside is not part of the big thing. Think of it like regular division, right? The regular division, you have the house and then you have the outside. So they're separate, just like in this case, okay? Might not be what we're used to seeing, but it's still the same kind of thing. So now I can go ahead and do this. Now I have an x4. So coefficient of x to the 4th is what? What's the number next to x to the 4th?
1.
Just 1. What about next to x cubed?
2.
X squared?
1. -1.
-1. Next to the regular x?
4.
And the constant?
Is 6. -6.
-6. That's it. Now I just go ahead and do the same thing. In this case, I can start all the way to the left. So I bring down my 1. 1 times -1 is?
-1.
-1. Now 2 minus 1?
1.
1 times -1?
-1.
-1 minus 1?
-1? No. Okay, what was it again? -1 minus
-1.
0? Wait.
Remember when they're both negatives and I'm subtracting, I'm
Maybe
really, what?
Positive? No. Negative. Oh, is it -2?
It is -2. Now -2 times -1.
+2.
+2. 4 plus 2.
6.
6. 6 times -1.
6. -6.
-6. -6 minus 6 gives me what?
Is it? Wait, is it -12?
-12. So -12 is my final answer. So if I were to put -1 into this polynomial, I would end up with -12. Okay. I'm not going to do it again because I think you trust me. You believe me, it'll come out there. We've done several examples and they always end up that way. Because we have to hurry. We're almost done. We're almost out of time. So now I'm going to keep everything similar. Only now we're going to use this exact same polynomial, but we're going to use it for the synthetic division. So now we're going to divide this by x minus 1. So remember that when we do the synthetic division, the key is that it's always a polynomial divided by x minus a. Okay, and what goes into the box is my a. So what would a be?
-1.
So think this is where it gets a little tricky. X matches with X, right? That's that one we know. The negative matches the negative, meaning that A is really what?
One.
1. So another way you can think about this is whatever goes in the box, you have that X minus whatever, it's going to be the opposite sign of whatever it is. So if you look at it and you go X minus 1, and you want to go, okay, well, -1 can go in the box. Stop, say, wait, this is a -1, meaning what goes inside the box should be a +1, okay? And just like if that said X plus 1, you would put -1 in the box. So you'd always do the opposite of what's there, okay? But then the steps are the same. I bring down the 1. 1 times 1 is?
1.
1. 2 plus 1?
3.
3 times 1?
3.
3 minus 1?
2.
2 times 1?
2.
4 plus 2?
6.
6 times 1?
6.
-6 plus 6?
Is it what? No, is this 12?
So -6.
0?
It's 0. Okay, so now this is nice because it leaves my remainder as 0. So when it comes to me having to write my final answer, let me scroll down a little bit. Oh no, it goes all over the place. Okay, let's try to get a little bit of space. when it comes to writing my answer, what I do is I write down all my factors. So all of these are positive numbers, right? So they're all going to be a plus. So we have 1, 1 plus 3 plus 2. Oh no, getting a little messed up there. This thing is nice, but I don't have enough space for it all. Okay, let's try this again. Let's do 1 plus 3 plus 2 plus 6. Okay, but now I need to have an x. And my starting x, my exponent, is going to always be, look, it even actually tells you, oh my gosh, this, I forget how great this thing is. It tells you right here at the bottom, in the quotient, the coefficient of the fourth term, when I do my synthetic division, now becomes the coefficient of x cubed. So that means that this number here is going to have an x cubed. And then I keep going, look, coefficient of x squared, coefficient of x, constant, done.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so it kind of guides me. If I don't have that, or let's say it's x to the 5th, all I have to do is subtract the leading exponent. So the biggest exponent I have, I subtract it by 1. And that's where I start. Okay, so 4 becomes 3. 5 would become 4. 3 becomes 2, and so on and so forth. Okay, it's always by 1. You go down and then you just go until you get to 0. Okay, did this help a bit, Veronica?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to do the extra credit problems right now, and we are done for the day. So the extra credit will be, let's see, you know what, let's do synthetic or long division, whichever one. And you're going to solve 5x cubed minus 2x squared. Oh, my computer died. So let me share it over here. Because everything breaks on me right before we were done. Okay, so like I said, the extra credit is 5x cubed minus 2x squared minus 7 divided by what do we want to divide it by x minus 2. So divided by x minus 2. And again, synthetic or long division, whichever is preferred for extra credit. Okay, and we're done. So
Thank you, Ms. Perdomo. Have a
you're
nice
welcome.
day.
You too, Veronica.